Limited Run Games finally got approved to bring physical copies of digital games to the Nintendo Switch. Are you excited? Because I know I am. So I put a list together of 5 games that I would like to see from Limited Run Games on the Nintendo Switch. So let's talk about them. What is up, everybody? It is RAXtheGREAT. Welcome back to all of my subscribers, and if you are new to the channel and you have not subscribed yet, make sure to hit that button. If you are unfamiliar with Limited Run Games, it is a video game distribution company based out of Raleigh, North Carolina that believes in the preservation of physical games. They completely finance and handle all of the necessary steps in order to make a digital game a physical copy, leaving developers a little bit more enticed to work with them so they can bring a physical copy of their game to the fans. This leaves developers to only have to pay the same fee that they would have to pay to have their game digitally distributed to be physically distributed. And if you still don't know what I'm talking about, this means that Limited Run Games puts up the money to make those physical games so the developer does not have to, so that way you get your hands on a physical copy, which I am assuming that is where the name Limited Run comes from, so they don't have to make a bunch of copies, leaving them with a bunch of leftover stock that is unsold, causing them to lose money. I really appreciate what Limited Run Games does. I think that what they do is really awesome. I am one of those gamers that really does not prefer my games digitally over physical. I really want to have my games to keep. I have a collection of games, and for Limited Run to take the initiative to bring digital games to the physical forefront, I think that's amazing. Limited Run also gets targeted by haters sometimes just because of how limited the games can be. If it is a popular game and there is not enough copies to go around, this leaves scalpers selling certain copies on eBay for a lot of money, but this is not Limited Run's fault. I mean, it is right in their title, Limited Run Games. If you are not on top of this and you are not getting your copy the day it drops, that's kind of on you. That is not Limited Run's fault. So that is a little unfair because they are a small company doing big things. Limited Run Games, keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate it. And speaking of doing big things, they are now bringing games to the Nintendo Switch. And since I am super excited about this, I thought, why not make a list of games that I would like to see from Limited Run? So here are 5 games that are digital on the Nintendo Switch that I would like to see as a Limited Run release. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about each game, so if you have never heard of these games and you want to know more, either drop a question in the comment section or feel free to look it up online. So let's not waste any more time, let's get right into this list. Game number 1, Volgar the Viking. Volgar is an awesome action platformer where you play as a Viking sent on a quest from Odin to destroy a powerful dragon. The game was developed by the studio Crazy Viking and was funded through a Kickstarter. If you have ever played the arcade game Rastan, however you pronounce it, it is basically that mixed with Ghosts and Goblins. The first level of Volgar actually is the very first level of Rastan recreated, and it's actually pretty funny because at one point of the level you'll see the protagonist from Rastan, you'll see his skeletal remains sitting in the corner. Volgar the Viking is an extremely challenging game, and if you are not a fan of a level of difficulty in your games, then this might not be a game that you should play, but I really enjoy this game. I welcome a challenge, and I would love to see Volgar the Viking in a physical cartridge so I could own it forever. Game number 2, Oceanhorn, aka Zelda clone. I'm just kidding. Limited Run Games actually already did a release of Oceanhorn for PS4 and the PlayStation Vita, so it is likely that they will release this for the Nintendo Switch, but since it is already on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Vita, I am staying hopeful that they will be able to put this on the Nintendo Switch as well. The game is about a young boy who sets out to find his father and defeat a sea monster called Oceanhorn. This game was originally an iOS game that got ported over to Android and then later ported over to consoles. The game received great reviews, and there's actually a sequel in the works right now. I was unable to get this game on the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation Vita when Limited Run actually made a release for it, so I am really hoping that this does come to the Nintendo Switch because I would have preferred it on that console anyway. Game number 3, Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap. This is also a game that Limited Run has already been able to release for the PlayStation 4, and it is a recreation of Wonder Boy 3 from 1989. The graphics for this recreation are absolutely amazing, and they have a hand-drawn look to them. The gameplay is very Metroidvania style, so I feel like it would make a great on-the-go game for anybody who takes their Nintendo Switch on on the go. So like I said before, with Oceanhorn, even though this game is already released on the PlayStation 4, I would much rather own this on my Nintendo Switch. Game number 4, Butcher. Butcher is a 2D side-scrolling shooter that I can only describe as Doom meets Broforce. And those are two games I absolutely love, so if that does not appeal to you, I'm sorry. Butcher is ultra violent and has a pixelated art style that I just cannot seem to get enough of. The soundtrack and sound effects of this game are extremely creepy and eerie as well. All of these packed together with its dark art style make a great combination. So if you have never heard of the game Butcher, I definitely recommend looking it up, especially if you like the games Broforce and Doom. Game number 5, Thimbleweed Park. Thimbleweed Park is a point-and-click style adventure game created by Ron Gilbert and Gary Winnick. If you have ever played Maniac Mansion or Secret of Monkey Island, then you probably already know what to expect from Thimbleweed Park. It's basically an interactive story, so if you are a fan of any of the games that Telltale makes, then you would probably enjoy this game as well. In the game, you are trying to investigate a murder, so you go around Thimbleweed Park looking for clues and asking questions to different characters to try to get to the bottom of it. This game is perfect for the Nintendo Switch simply for its touchscreen capabilities. So with that being said, that is why I hope that Limited Run is able to release this so I can add it to my physical collection of Nintendo Switch games. Now, I know I said this list was only gonna be 5 games, but I'm throwing a bonus fantasy pick in there to see what you guys think. I know that this is highly unlikely, but how awesome would it be to have a Neo Geo collection on the Nintendo Switch? The Nintendo Switch already has so many awesome Neo Geo games on it, like Fatal Fury, Samurai Showdown, Metal Slug. There are just so many. Well, as of right now, there's 37, but who's counting, right? Now, I know it would be hard to release all of them on one cartridge, but what if they did a best of and broke it up into volumes? I know that that is a long shot, but this is just me being wishful and hoping for something epic. So there you guys have it. That is my wish list for games that I would like to see from Limited Run on the Nintendo Switch. Now that you have listened to my wish list for Limited Run games on the Nintendo Switch, let me know what you guys would want to see from Limited Run on the Nintendo Switch in the comment section. If you like this video, make sure to smash that thumbs up button and share this with your friends. And if you still haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that too. I will leave Limited Run games information in the description, so that way you guys can go follow them so you can stay up to date with any news they might announce. Thank you guys so much for checking this video out, and I will hope to see you guys in the next one. See you later. Man, I love Ghosts and Goblins. Oh, by the way, make sure to check out this channel here. If you like mine, you might like theirs.